Here's a message from a chosen vessel.
Today, two things people don't talk about: religion and politics. Two things that are being talked about probably more so right now than in this country than it has been in a while. When things that are good are now considered as evil and things that are evil are now considered as good, there's an overflowing deception going across of lies across this nation and also in our government. What we need to do is look at what platforms our politicians are standing on. One is standing on the killing of innocent blood, taking abortion on demand and adding it to health care, trying to make it a health care issue when both are two separate things. They should be considered as two separate things. A push to remove parents' rights over them so their children can be taken from them and be transgendered. This is also on the platform of one of the group or political groups we have in this country. The LBQGBs, the way I call them, the alphabet people, because they keep adding letters to their description. All of these things that I've mentioned is going against God's creation. And they are full of sin. In the last election, only 5 million votes was the difference between the two political groups. We have two political groups. I'm not going to tell you which one to vote for. But when you know there's evil in one, I would say vote for the lesser of two evils. Last election, 25 million God-fearing people decided not to vote because they didn't like either candidate. Well, now I would say stop looking at the candidates and look at the platforms that their parties are standing on. What are they standing on? You need to go to your school boards. You need to also go to your local election boards. You need to also go to your state and national levels in the United States and see what your candidate is running on. If they believe it's right for them to transgender your children, do you really want them in office if they care no more about that? Or the killing of innocent blood on demand? Things to think about. For anyone who has had an abortion, God still loves you. And what I've heard from some moms that have, by their testimony, have said every time they see a child, it would be about the age of what theirs would be. They often wondered, what would my child look like now if I had had it? And all of you from the age of 43 to 2 years old, if you're alive today, it's because your parents chose not to abort you. It could have. We ask you, though, too, that for those to let the children, by our forefathers, gave us life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is what they wanted for their future generations. Let's give that to the unborn. But for those who have had abortions, God still loves you. I love you. And I'll say this with you. If anyone is under any of these convictions and you want to know that there is a God and He does love you, there is salvation for you. Go to John 3:16. There's John 14:6. God has sent a way for you. Say this prayer with me. God, I know I'm a sinner. I want salvation, Lord, from thy Son, Jesus Christ, who went to the cross and bore my sins on the cross, willingly died and went to the grave for 3 days. When he came back up out of the grave and arose, he took the keys of death, hell, and the grave, taking the victory and giving us a victory, Lord. I thank thee, O God, for this and thy ways that thou hast made for us. I ask thee, O God, that you continue to be with me. And Lord, just let Jesus come into my heart and save me. in the name of Jesus Christ. I would say before the next election, please look at what your candidates are standing on. Are they standing on God's principles, or are they destructing God's creation? From Genesis 1 and 2, read both chapters and get a clear view of what God is when He made us. That's it for now.